Right, it's John back with a retro unboxing, which is a new unboxing of an old game. This is the Warlord of Galahir, probably pronounced that wrong, an expansion for a Dungeon Saga expansion for the game Dungeon Saga by Mantic Games. So let's crack this open. You can tell that this has been sitting around on a shelf for a while. It's got dust. Right, so we've got some lovely artwork here already. There's some orcs, and we seem to have some sort of elf ranger and some sort of tree person who doesn't seem to be particularly happy with the orcs. Again, this is an expansion for Dungeon Saga, so you will need it. So in this expansion box set contains the Warlord of Galahir quest book with all new scenarios, Kapuka and Hara miniatures and 4 adventure cards, Taranak miniature and boss card, 18 orcs and goblin miniatures, new dungeon tiles, spells and locations, cards to support Invisible Overlord and Uncharted Dungeon modes. The Invisible Overlord and Uncharted Dungeons are part of the Adventurer's Companion box set. In this scenario, your adventurers have to battle to free an imprisoned merchant from the clutches of foul orcs, discover treasures and destroy the tyrant warlord, despoiling the once idyllic forests of Galahir. Have you got what it takes? So let's zoom in, have a look at the contents. So that's the contents of the expansion. Get more cards for me to lose under the sofa. And let's have a look here. These are some of the minions for the dungeon. There's a big brutish guy there. We have dungeon tiles. There's the orc boss, and then here we have some of the new heroes. We'll zoom back out a little bit. Check this out. Once again, it comes in this tome looking box, which is going to look great on my shelf of games that I never play. And this is magnetic. Again, there's magnets in there. So let's get rid of the miniature for the time being. Put them over there. Cards! More cards! Yay! Ability and item cards. Nice bit of artwork on the back. I won't break those out. Just cards are cards. We have some new hero cards. Let's have a look what we got here. Okay, so this looks to be a new hero. Hara, the Salamander Fighter, which is like a lizard. Legendary on the back. This is the Orc Barbarian, which I believe is the end boss, or a boss. Doesn't have a legendary side. We have the merchant that you're trying to rescue. Again, nothing special there. Got no special abilities. The elf ranger, which I believe is from the core box set. The legendary side on the back. A dwarf fighter again. So if you remember the Tyrant of Halpai, we had a dwarf fighter. And Kapoka, which is a Glade Walker Druid, which is one of the new player characters. Looks, look at that. That's gorgeous. So again, we have the Overlord Panel. So get out the box. The Overlord Panel. One player takes on the role of the Overlord and controls all the minions, Goblin Warriors, Goblin Spitters, Orc Morax, Orc Great Axe, Orc Archer, Troll, Maul Beast, Auckland Swarm. Now I've had some of the Mantic Orcs before. They're great little minis for what they are. And the Swarms are always my favourite. So great, the characters and the sculpts on them just great. So that's for the Overlord. We then have the quest book. Again, this is 24 pages, it's full gloss, full colour. Optional rules, adventure number 6. Which has got all your spill, your adventure, some special rules, heroes and cards you use. That's quite a sustainable dungeon there. Some background. Again, upgrading your heroes. Some additional rules. The Adventurous Companion. The Last Place You Look, which is adventure number 2. Again, you can see that's quite a big dungeon to fight your way through. So cool, some more games, and then we've got the cards, which again will be. Ooh, I can open this up. And these are the dungeon tiles. Again, same as before with the other expansions. Great artwork on these. You'll see these are broken down into 1-inch squares, double-sided. My only gripe with this particular set is the thickness of the card. Not as thin as it could be, thank God, but not as thick as I would like it to be. So there's more tiles there. Artwork is very nice. This one's already popped out. We'll take a closer look at this one. So on one side seems to be very generic dungeon-like, not a lot happening. On one side seems to be very busy. Yeah, that's like a treasure room. Again, more bits and pieces. One side very generic. One side seems to have a lot going on. Of course, you've got your tokens on there as well that you need in game. Always a bonus. And that seems like a very odd shaped dungeon tile. Let's pop that one out. We'll pop that one out. What about? Oh, there's a piece. Pop that out. That is one tile. So yeah, I can imagine doing this individual parts. They'll be moving around all the time. So that's quite nice. Not sure how I feel about having a dungeon that complicated. And again, some more. So let's move on to the bits we really want to have a look at. If I can close that box over, find a place for it on the minis. Let's have a look at the minis. So I'm going to zoom in for this. We have Goblin Archer, I think. Zoom out, maybe. Down a bit, down a bit, down a bit, down a bit. Nope. thing back and it to catch up. There we go. Again, already pre-assembled. Not the flimsy, hardest plastic, but it's not definitely not. You can see it's not bending at all. Goblin Archer. Orc with an axe. These are different from the actual Kings of War orcs that you would expect from Mantic. But yeah, once again, this. Let's try and get him back there. Got a little bit of give in it, but not a lot. Not like the some of the older Mantic stuff. Goblin Archer with a hood on. And again, with these you get the detailed bases, which is always good. We have the Maul Beast. It reminds me, the face part reminds me of a Chaos Warhound. The rest of it reminds me of, I don't know, some sort of pit bull on steroids by the looks of those triceps and biceps. This towel has what looks to be a weak point, which is a discoloration of the green. It's lightened up a little bit, so I need to watch that. But again, this is almost hard plastic type. Another orc with two one-handed weapons. Not centred on the base, funny enough. There might be a reason for that. I doubt it. It might just be the process where they get assembled. But again, already built. And then we've got another goblin who looks to be cheering on his fellow goblins into battle before running off himself. Goblin with spear and shield. Now this is a little bit disappointed. I think this is the Goblin Swarm. Now if I remember, in Kings of War they're actually on a 40mm base, and this seems to be a 20mm base. Like, you could use it in Kings of War. One of the good things about Kings of War is you know, use whatever minis you want, as long as you can get the footprint size of the unit right, you're good to go. But there's some. I love this little dude here. Oh, it just seems to be kicking out. So yeah, there's them, and then we have an Orc Ogre, possibly. This is one of the bigger minis. This guy is on a, hold on, I'll soon tell you, 50mm base. Back a bit. And he's, let's zoom out a little bit here, get the full look of him. Stone Warhammer, club with spiky bits. This is kind of like, really liking the look of this dude. So there you go, already pre-assembled. So that's bag one. Let's have a look at bag two, which I suspect bag two is the same again. And then we have the Orc Leader, again on a 25mm base, different colour from the rest. he is... Oh, that's going to be too close. I'm not going to see that. He's quite a thing. Look forward to painting this one when I get around to it. Your leader, and now let's have a look at the two new heroes that we get, whose names I've already forgotten. So first up is the Salamander. These are in blue plastic. I don't think we're going to see the details too much, but this is the Lizard Warrior. Now this is a problem. That's kind of flexible, and there seems to be a bit of a weak point at the bottom there, a bit discoloration. That could be a problem in the future. This seems to be made of the same type of plastic as the Orcs, but this is definitely a lot more flimsy than it should be. Yeah, you can see the weak point there, that white spot. It won't be a problem to me because I doubt I'll be using these that much. I've played this game right through from start to the end and wanted to use this hero for all your adventures in Dungeon Saga. It might break off. And then we have the Glade Walker Druid. Now, I'm not sure we can see that much detail because it is this dark blue plastic. But it looks very much like a tree man or tree person. See if we can get a little bit better on the... Are we going to be able to do it? Is it going to let me do it? No, I don't think it is. Never mind, that was a shame. Yeah. So that is pretty much, zoom back out, the contents of the Warlord of Galahir, or whatever way they like to pronounce it. Expansion for Dwarf King's Hold. Again, I do believe these minis can be used in Kings of War. Let's put them in there before I forget them. And the cards, more cards, yay! Put them in there. Nice little box. Looks like a mighty tome that a wizard would have on his shelf. Next up, in the retro unboxing, will be the Infernal Crypts and the, what's that? The Evil of the Abyss, maybe? The Eye of the Abyss. So until next time, it's John signing off, and we should be back with some more retro unboxing.
This is a House of Chaos production. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.